Long ago, among the Arab tribes, there was a legendary figure named Antara ibn Shaddad. He was born as a slave in the Arabian Peninsula but became famous for his incredible strength, so mighty that he could defeat lions, tigers, and the strongest warriors. In battle, he was decisive and fearless. Despite his power and bravery, Antara remained a slave and was treated unfairly. Yet he was also a poet, and his poetry is still studied today in Arabic literature, even though he was not originally of Arab descent. He loved a woman named Abla deeply and often expressed his feelings through poetry. One of his most famous verses speaks of how, in the midst of battle, he longs to kiss shining swords because they remind him of her beautiful and radiant teeth. Antara was a slave to his greedy master, who in times of war would call him Antara the hero, but in times of peace he would sneer and say, "You worthless slave." One day the greatest tribal battle of that era broke out. The tribe Antara belonged to was on the verge of defeat. In despair and feeling mistreated despite his efforts, Antara refused to fight. Yet his comrades begged him to join the battle. His friend promised him that if he fought he would be granted freedom, the very thing Antara longed for. With renewed determination, Antara drew his sword and charged at the enemy with a mighty force, striking them down like dry straw. While others fought for gold, he fought for his love, Abla, and for a freedom that was priceless. He defeated the enemy and they fled. Antara won his freedom at last. But on his way back from the battle, he discovered that Abla was betraying him with his own friend who was also a slave like him. Furious and heartbroken, Antara expressed his pain in his famous poem, "Oh, I wish those swords had burned in my heart, for Abla has burned it instead."